Good afternoon, everyone. It's Hillary, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. All right. And I am excited to be here because I am sharing. I am sharing what I'm learning and I am implementing what I am learning. And I want you to come on the same path. So for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, how are you doing? Virtual handshake. I am Hillary, the marketing mom. I'm a social media digital marketing strategist, and my mission has been, and it's now clear as day, is to bring more moms home. I'm going to show you how you can build a business from home with your kids at home. Yes, I can do it. You could do it too. And you're going to build a business that allows you to live that lifestyle. But today I want to ask you, how do you get through your day? And how are you maximizing your day? So last week, or maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I would have shared something called the power list. All right. That is what I learned. And yesterday, it dawned on me yesterday how I was doing the power list wrong. So I'm updating. I want to share with you, here's how to do the power list and do it correctly. Okay. So there are two things that are going to help you maximize your day. And one thing I've been always doing, but coupling that together with my power list has become vital. Now, what type of list do you have? A lot of people have to-do lists. A lot of people have their personal list, their exercise, personal, that would include maybe their spirituality, their exercise, meal planning, and all of those things. And I'm not saying that those things don't need to be there, but the power list, all right, and this is what got really clear for me and helped me get clarity around what needed to be on that list are the things that are going to move something forward. Okay. So that's why it has to be four business and one personal, and you're not having two lists. Remember, I think I shared with you that, I'm going to have two lists. I'm going to have a personal list and a business list. Well, no, you've got to have one list. Because if you have one list with only 5 things on it, guess what you're going to be forced to do? You're forced to think about what is the most critical thing that's going to move you forward. Your list is supposed to be something that's moving you forward into action, into doing something. So today, when I did my power list this morning, I actually woke up earlier, started my day earlier, because we've been a little on the relaxation mode these days with vacation. But today, when I got my list written, I had one personal thing on that list, and that one personal thing was, let me write it, was exercise. Okay. Yesterday, the one personal thing that I had on my list was listening to 15 minutes of my audio book. I've been reading Think and Grow Rich. I'm reading it. I've read it several times before, but now I'm listening to it because of how things are in life. All right. We've got kids. I've got 3 kids to juggle, and I can't sit down and read a book. So I've gotten the audiobook and I'm listening to it. That was my one personal thing on my list yesterday. The day before that, there was another personal thing related to my spirituality. So you've got to do things that kind of push you into action. So today is exercise, because if I exercise today, I probably don't need it on my list tomorrow because I still have it in the back of my mind. I exercised yesterday, so I've got to exercise tomorrow. All right. But then tomorrow, there's probably going to be something personal that I need on that list that I must schedule to push me forward. Guess what it's going to be? Meal planning, meal prep. All right. So I've talked a lot about batching time and doing all of those type of things, and it's very important. It's vital that you do all of that. But this power list is like it's just something that you have to do. So what are things that have to push your business forward? Do you need to speak to 5 people today? And I'm not talking about selling to 5 people. Do you need to speak to 5 people? All right. Or do you need to call 5 people? That needs to be on your list. Do you have clients that you manage their client work? Put it there as one item, client work. And then when you start the client work, then you could go into, okay, what is it that I have to do today for them? All right. Don't create this massive list of all the client things that you have to do, because what that does is it just gets you paralyzed. So yesterday, I have client work on my list every day because I have client work to do. Okay. But when I sit down to do the client work, all my tabs are closed except the client's work tab open. All right. And then I take a scrap piece of paper and I go through what it is that I have to do with that client. I have to do this, I have to do that, that. And then in that hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever time you have slotted for that, then, all right, I'm just scratching it off. But guess what? The only thing I'm doing in that time slot is the client work. I'm not checking Facebook. I'm not checking my WhatsApp. I'm not checking anything, email. All right. I'm doing client work. Okay. Now, you want to know how the reason we do the power list and the calendar together is because you set blocks of time on your calendar for activities. Okay. And I've shared this before, but I'm sharing it again. So in the morning, I have 2 hours blocked off for client work. All right. And then I have other times blocked off. All right. For specific personal items. I also have family time, right? Family time blocked off at the bottom of the day. All right. So that the kids know. And you want to know what was so powerful about yesterday? Yesterday, I did not put family time on my power list, but it was on my calendar. And I was conscious of making sure that my power list and calendar were in sync. And I spent my family time, and then they gave me time late in the evening for me to finish work. It's amazing how when you give somebody that total undivided attention, all right. You know, the other day, one of my mentors, and this is sidetrack story, sorry for diverting, but one of my friends, she told me that a couple of years ago, she made a decision to put one of her best friends on her calendar. All right. Once a week, she put her friend on her calendar. And for an hour or however long it was, they would go for coffee or they would go somewhere. And that was just her time with her friend, right? And literally, what happened was that relationship started developing. Not only that, her friend felt important. I was important enough to be placed on your calendar. And that is kind of like, you know, how things are with people when we feel that importance. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but you have to put your children on your calendar. Well, guess what? You're a working mother, you're a business owner, you're doing other things. All right. You are a mother, you're a daughter, right? If your parents are alive, you're a sister, you're a brother, you're a wife. All right. So you've got other responsibilities and you have to put into your calendar every responsibility, because then your day just washes away. Okay. And you don't want your day to wash away. So that power list, 5 items and 5 items only, 4 work or business related, 1 personal. And it's the one critical thing that must move you forward. Okay. So if you know that you have to read for 15 minutes every day, whether it's your Bible, whether it's your personal development book, you get that on your power list until it becomes a habit. Okay. And then when it becomes a habit, you don't have to put it on your power list because you've moved forward. You got to put something else on your power list, like planting or tending to the garden or whatever that case, whatever is the other thing that you need to do. All right. And then the next thing is make sure that if there are critical things on that power list every day, it's on your calendar, and work by a calendar. I have been doing it since the last challenge, and I'm going through this challenge again where I'm getting a lot of clarity around this. And the reality is, if you don't work by a calendar, you are not controlling your day. Your day is controlling you. And that is powerful. You need to control your day to be able to move forward. All right. You need to. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful for everybody. I love the engagement that has come on. All right. Thank you everybody for joining. I want to let you know, if you're a mom out there and this is something that you're feeling the burn, you're feeling the fire, you're passionate about it, just drop a comment below. I'll reach out to you. Drop a comment below. Say, yeah, I think this is me. I want that. I want to be home with my kids. And yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Nobody's saying that. You know, the thing that I wrote in my journal this morning is that success is hard. It's work. All right. It is work, because you've got to do. Think about successful moms. It was hard work for them to become a successful mom, right? I'm not saying anything, because some people, they make their choices. Children also make their choices. But literally, when you have to work really hard as teenagers, when your children are teenagers, if you have to be behind them and struggling and fighting with them and pulling your hair out, you didn't do the hard work when it mattered, right? So do the hard work. Do the hard work and be successful. And this is you. Drop it in the comments below and I'll reach out to you and we can have a conversation from there. Okay. Have a great day. And I will see you all tomorrow is Thursday. We've got BDTV at 10:30. All right. Have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.